Namaste, beautiful beings. This is Belinda Pearl, and welcome to your daily oracle. And today again, I'm choosing to read with some tarot cards, these butterfly cards, since we're all going through transformation. And guidance keeps indicating this way of helping us transform as we go through these transformative, maybe trying times, trying for some people for sure, but also illuminating for many others. Guidance was also very clear this morning about what we choose to be in this world. Do we choose to be something temporary, or do we choose to be something that is permanent and infinite? And guidance was speaking specifically about tuning into the light. So what does that mean for you? For me, tuning into the light means really tuning into source, to the fullness of the universe, to all things that animate us, and knowing that this light source is infinite and cannot run out, if you will. So if I give all my resources to source, source gives all its sources to me, refueling me as I go on this journey. So let us see what guidance has. And before we get started, we had new moon yesterday, new moon that was conjunct with the sun at 28 degrees in Cancer, which was shining the light on Saturn. Saturn trying to put all his things into order before he leaves Capricorn as well. He's just retrograded from, he was in Aquarius for a bit, now back into Capricorn. So he's just finalizing a few things of all these big changes that we're going through. So this bridge, if you will, or this opposition in sort of classical traditional Western astrology, what was the sun shining on for you to see how you can get your last bits and pieces together, sort of in order as we go through this great transformational portal. So let us see what guidance has to offer us. So close your eyes for a moment, connect inwardly, connect to your breath and to your breathing. And we ask that we'll do like maybe a 2 or 3 card spread and just see what guidance has to offer us for our transformative, our transforming journey as we go along this pathway of human and global collective evolution. Take another deep inhale. Exhale, let it all out. Let's see. Guidance is always crystal clear. And so the first card is 3 of stones, and it's like these 3 owls sitting around a fire, and the stones are there. It's actually the wisdom that we're transforming, alchemizing inside. It's a coming together. And so like this card actually has a lot of like excitement for me, just because I'm thinking of all the things that are naturally coming into being, especially this number 3 is really powerful when it comes to spirit. But these symbols, it says 3 of stones, these symbols are actually within us, but it's a coming together, it's a creating of a collective. So like-mindedness coming together to formulate something, to cook something, if you will, to bring that energy together, to create even a brighter fire within inside of ourselves. It's also about what's our ancestral roots, what is our ancestral self, our soul self sharing with us too, what's the wisdom that comes from within. So let us ask for some more clarity around that too, if this is sort of the energy of looking within, seeing the gifts that are within, the gifts that have always been there as well. What else is there that is helping us move on this trajectory of our transformation? Take a deep breath in. Breathe all the breath out. Ace of Mirrors. We had mirrors yesterday, so this is talking about reflection, but we can start something new. I'll show you the card. There we go. So we have the fire here. This is more of a water element here too. It's what we're reflecting. Again, this idea that we're not seeing everything that we wish to see or want to see, but it's not necessarily the things that we think we need. This will show us what it is that we are supposed to receive, but we may be looking at something and not seeing all the bits and pieces that are already there, which are these 3 crystals, these 3 stones, that the gifts that we're looking for are already inside. So we're not 100% seeing, but it's also this potentiality of a new beginning, of seeing something that wants to arise from within. Let's take another card and see what it has to offer on this spread too. It feels like we're going on a bit of an internal journey once more to discover the pieces that are within us. And if you have people or kin that are like-minded, that can reflect back to the things that are important for you to learn during this time, that would be an essential piece as well to unfolding the story. But there's so much that's behind the scenes that we're not quite seeing yet, and this has been a theme throughout this whole this new beginning that we're going through since this whole pandemic phase started in the world. Things that we're not particularly seeing. Let's take another deep breath in. Breathe out. Also stones, yeah, we kind of turning our back on something. It's a new doorway, if you will. It's also a new pathway. So we're not seeing everything, but we're turning our back on what was, which is potentially good too, but also to make sure that we not just throwing the baby out with the bathwater, that kind of saying, but also to know that this is where this comes in, this wisdom of the ages comes in too. We can let go of the things that no longer serve us, that weigh us down. We can begin a new path, which is this ace here of mirrors, this internal revision, this internal review. But as we go on this new path, see what we want to take with us, but look at the bounty that has served us well too. So as we go on this journey too, let us see what we've learned, the knowledge that our ancestors has passed on to us, and then go through this internal revision, this internal review, this internal reflection, to see how we can start this journey anew too. It's an ending of a cycle, and I've seen the ending of a cycle come up multiple times too. And if we've just had a new moon as well, this is this new energy that wants to come through. But in order for us to move through this, look at what we have inside of ourselves. Ask those that love you to reflect back to you what you have. Do again, and this sounds familiar of what I said yesterday too, is this reflective piece. This is coming up for a particular reason, to see the reflection, see what's coming in, but also that you're missing the things that maybe we didn't value them as much. The pieces that were really valuable to us, we didn't really value them so much. And so we kind of maybe walked away from them, but now it's time to actually see what is valuable. And I'm not talking about values as in valuable material things. I'm talking about those things that are within you that give you the strength that it is that you need to. So look at what it is that you've done, what has brought you to this place, and what it is that you want to bring with you. And look at the things that have passed through your life and see the pieces that are actually bringing you the most value to you for yourself, as a healer on your journey, for your trajectory. And know that this is this energy that we can come together and actually receive insights. We can connect to spirit too. And this transformational journey is realizing that even though we're somewhat so separated from each other, that there's this kinship that wants to be formed too, to those people that are valuable to you as well, that want to support you on your pathway as well. So a little interesting journey that we're going on here, if you can see, but definitely a starting and an ending of cycles, so that we can see the value that is happening within inside of us, so that we can start to grow our own inner flame. So hopefully that made some sense along the way. Sometimes it gets a little convoluted, but that's the way the energy wants to come through. It shows you everything in the way that's supposed to be heard too. So from my heart to yours, may you always be blessed. Namaste. And again, this is Belinda Pearl, and you can always find me at belindapearl.com. I look forward to seeing you all again soon.